Welcome to Apothecary After Dark. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Apothecary After Dark, Amityville Apothecary's official podcast. I am Dina Rosenberg, co-host and co-owner of Amityville Apothecary, and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm the other co-owner, Danielle DC.
I don't know why I'm so goofy.
I don't know, but I like it. It's so funny because I was like, should I do the intro? No, Dina always does the intro.
I always do the intro.
She's got like the radio station voice, so...
It's like ingrained now.
We're going to just go with it, and I love it. It's so fun. I'm glad that you're here with us.
Yeah.
We always have fun, and we have a ton of things in front of us for those of you who are just listening and don't see the video portion.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess not everybody listens on the YouTube.
Some people listen to the podcast without seeing us. So
we have a whole
I'm sorry
bunch
you're
of...
missing out on how hot we are.
I have my totem panther sweater, and you all said that it looks like a cougar, but it's really a panther. So, I mean, both are okay, but
We're taking it.
I like, and Dina's wearing her
My wild horses.
her wild horses shirt. So
I don't know. I thought it looked like
I love it.
Hermes. It's fun.
I love it. It's so fun. So what we have in front of us is a whole assortment of regular, everyday products and herbs, and we'll go through it. But we thought it would be good to kind of
basic.
Yeah.
Like craft for beginner witches. You know, a lot of times you guys come in and like, I don't know where to start with magic. I don't know what to do. So why don't we talk about some of the basic herbs that most of us have either already in our cupboards or easily accessible, easy access, right? So if you don't have a shop like Amityville Apothecary in your neighborhood, although we do ship all over, but if you can't, and you want to raid your cabinets or you want to go to the dollar store, whatever it is, we have some stuff for you. So
magic does not need to be intimidating or official or complicated. It's really a lot of stuff we're already doing in our everyday lives.
Exactly.
So we thought it would be helpful just to come up with like some really brief spells. Like today, actually, I was talking to my friend and I said, our word is our wand. I said, the words that we use, we're putting into the universe. So we need to be very deliberate with the things that we say. You know, because he said, oh, well, you know, it's what I do. And I say, no, it's what you used to do in the past. However, moving forward, you're making different choices.
There we go.
Wow. How about that? That's a spell.
That is a spell. Everybody has salt.
It's really just one of those cylinders of Morton salt.
This is not something that I would have in my house.
Well,
I have the the kosher salt.
I love the Celtic sea salt. We have all different salts.
I called it the Jewish salt.
Oh, the kosher salt.
I like a bigger flake. However, I love this little girl though, the logo of the Morton salt with like her little it's raining salt umbrella. I don't really know what the rain has to do with salt.
But she's classic and timeless. So
we have this.
We got it for the shop, and Katie said, oh, let's order some salt. So she wanted some for our lunch. But also I said, I'm getting the 2 cylinders because we also use it for our spell work. So when Samantha's doing all of her magic in the kitchen and she reaches into the cabinet, it serves both purposes.
So I just poured the salt in my mortar and pestle, okay? Why? Because it's already fine. Why did you do that, Dina? Okay, let me tell you why. I don't even know if Danielle knows where we're going with this.
No.
How many people like to burn incense? We do. We burn incense every day.
All the time.
This is our incense burning vessel, and you could see it looks a mess. Or maybe you're listening, so
it's filled with ash and those little incense nubby sticks that are left over, and 2 smudge bundles that are half burned.
This is real magic, okay? It's not fancy. Don't get nervous. I'm gonna just take some of the ashes that are in here. Oops, I'm getting this on.
Don't get it all over my outfit.
Yeah.
I look cute.
And Danielle has a cute white sweater on, so hold on.
This is just my luck. She's scooping out with a plastic spoon.
We're going to
the
not
ash,
save this for eating, though. Don't worry.
No, the ash from previous incense that has been burned.
Yeah.
And we just added that into the mortar and pestle with the regular salt.
So not crazy. So I can just mix this together to make a black salt, okay? And it literally now looks like gray ash. If I want to get spicy, this is literally from the pizza place. It's crushed red pepper. Maybe need a little bit more protection, right? What happens when you eat something spicy? If you're like my husband, you're like, right? It's a warning. You're like, oh my goodness. So,
it accelerates.
Right. So maybe we want to add it for a little bit of protection, a little bit of warning. So I'll throw a little in here. And I'm
Spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, give them a little hot mouth, hot foot action, right?
Yeah. There you go. Mix it up. Mix it up.
So now what can I do with this? Well, because I have pepper in this now, I'm probably not going to want to burn it because we like our eyes.
Right.
Right?
That would irritate your eyes.
So we don't want to do that. Danielle had a great idea. What do we do with this?
I would take that and I would line the doors of my house. So I would just put it, as soon as I open the door, right at that threshold, I would line it so nobody would even know, but it serves as a protection because it salt keeps out any negativity from the house so it can't cross the threshold.
Yep. Now, like I said, you don't really want to burn it. So maybe what you want to do is you want to put it on a dish. So I'm going to dump it out on my little saucer here. And then I'm going to fan it out. And then maybe what I'll do is I'm just going to stick a candle in the middle of it. And I'm going to go with blue for protection. And I'm going to maybe carve in the word protect on my candle. This is a chime candle. It burns for an hour. So, like in all things, we want to do it safely. We don't want to leave candles burning unattended by children, pets, cats, windows, by fabrics that could blow into the flame. Like just use your critical thinking brain here, right? We don't want to,
So blue is good for protection. It is associated with Archangel Michael. It's also good for bringing that calm and peace into the house. So this is a great way. You surround it with the mix of the salts, and you also put some by your doorway. Now we just did a class this past week where Alex helped us make besom brooms. So brooms are also a great way to cleanse any negativity or negative energy from your house. So you start at the back of the house and you sweep to the front of the house before you place the salt. So it's a great energetic cleansing exercise. And then you can also take a smudge bundle of different herbs that you like, and you can cleanse the air that way as well.
I have some obsidian here, not Danielle's favorite crystal, but that's okay. It's protective. They're little chips. They're not fancy. They're not big. They're really affordable. So if you have
small
them,
chip stones,
you can put them around the salt, around the candle. And what I would do after this burns, and I would, sit in either meditation or prayer or contemplation and call in Archangel Michael, call in my ancestors and my guides to protect me. If you have like a real SOB ancestor on the other side, like my paternal grandfather was a real SOB.
Okay.
And like I didn't really like love being around him when I was a kid, but when I need protecting, let me tell you something, I'm calling in on that grandpa.
Right.
So like work with your ancestors because they're your first line of defense, and especially if they knew you in this life, call them in. So
to guard and protect.
I might call him in.
And the reason why so Dina said I'm not the biggest fan of obsidian. The thing is, obsidian is a volcanic glass. So it's very stark. It is reflective, so it's protective and reflective. That not only will it block any negative energy, but it will push it back. Yeah. So if you're sensitive to subtle energies, it's just more stark than most. But when you're talking about protection, it's a perfect thing to keep by the front of your house. So you can keep it towards the front of the of the house. You can keep it by a door. You can take pieces of obsidian and leave that in little corners discreetly of the house.
You
if you
put
have
them
animals,
outside in
be
your
careful.
garden.
Yeah.
Like it's just a great
Totally.
stone. And again, really affordable. When this is done, I might take the black salt and the obsidian and line it outside of my house, or maybe put it in like a little sachet, or wrap it up in a little scrap of fabric and tie it and make a little baggie, and then put that outside my front door in the front garden or something like that. So that's like, you see, like we just literally did that in 3 seconds. It wasn't some grand production. Obviously, the more thought and the more intention you put into it, the more powerful it's going to be. We're just talking here like girlfriends. Like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it, obviously, you're going to do it with like a lot more reverence and a lot more thought and attention than what we just quickly did here.
Yeah.
So, super easy.
And if you don't have a colored candle, just get a white candle. You can even go to like any of the local pharmacies and get just a standard simple white candle.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a chime. It can be like a little votive. It can be a pillar candle.
Yeah.
And you can take like the end of a knife and carve into it,
Be careful.
or a ballpoint pen, or like a skewer, and you can
Super
just
easy.
etch in some symbols or a name or what your intention is. And it can be that simple. And white can be used for anything, just like clear quartz can be used for anything. So if you don't have obsidian, clear quartz will hold the intention of anything that you hold it in your hands and just say, please support me with protection. Please support me with whatever, and it'll help accomplish that.
So we got protection down.
Yep.
Now, what's the next thing that people usually ask for?
Love.
Okay.
Love, love, love.
Love, love. So Samantha, who is our in-house witch, psychic medium, tarot reader, all the things, amazing person. She's been with us over 3 years. She told me something amazing, and I have no idea why I never thought of this before she told me, because it's so obvious.
Okay.
Danielle and I are keepers of things. Different types of things, but keepers of things.
Where
okay?
are we going with this?
I am a keeper of flowers that are given to me. I also am a keeper of things that are given to other people. Like, you guys are like, in my refrigerator is the corsage that my daughter wore to prom. And I was like, can I throw this out? I'm like, no, it lives here now in the refrigerator. Like, it will literally be in the refrigerator for decades.
Cute.
And I think Zach's corsage, like boutonniere thingy, is in there too.
Cute.
My mom has them in her refrigerator. Like, we all have these flowers in our refrigerator. So Samantha's like, if somebody gives you flowers,
Yeah.
dry them and save them. So
Yes.
these are roses. They actually smell really beautiful, but these are roses that we sell. And if you need to buy roses, they're beautiful. They're pretty fragrant, and you can buy them from us. We ship as well.
Dried herbs, yes.
They're dried. However, if somebody gives you a dozen roses, take them, bundle them up, turn them upside down, and let them dry them, and then you can break them apart and pulverize them as you need them, because how much more powerful is the energy of love in the roses going to be when it was given to you with love or friendship?
It creates a vibrational link. Mm-hmm. Energetically, it's called a vibrational link because it has that personalized experience that's associated with that specific rose. So it's very powerful if you have white roses that were given to you romantically for you to utilize that in a specific intention work. But it's okay. If you don't have that, you can just get regular dried roses and set the intention. And it can be used for candle work. It can be used for simple spell work. Mm-hmm. You can create it and blend it all together into a bath salt to go into the bath.
Yeah.
Which is so lovely and so self-nurturing. And if you don't have a bath, you can just simply create a bath salt with all of these wonderful herbs and oils mixed together very simply. And then you can put it in a basin and take that in the shower and just treat yourself lovingly for the same experience. So don't worry if you don't have a bathtub.
Super easy. So this is Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. This is one of our go-to references. We make sure we always have this on the shelves here at the Athenaeum.
It's a great resource.
I pulled up to roses. It's in alphabetical order. Like, it couldn't be easier to use. So they give you the gender of the plant, the planet, the element, the deities, the powers, and the magical uses associated. So for rose, it's feminine. The planet is Venus, which is love, right? The element is water, which is emotion. The deities are Hathor, Hulda, Eros, Cupid, Demeter, Isis, Adonis, Harpocrates. I'm sorry if I just absolutely butchered that. And Aurora. I don't know that one.
I don't know either, but that's okay.
So for powers, love, psychic powers, healing, love, divination, luck, and protection. And then it's long. They said long used in love mixtures. So for this, I'm going to dress a little bit, but not a lot because we don't want to light this thing on fire. And I'm thinking...
When you're working with herbs and candles, a little goes a long way. Because again, it's just the associated intention. So you don't have to put chock full of a ton of herbs because then it can become a fire hazard. So just be careful.
So I'm also going to mix it with something that a lot of us always have in our cupboards, which is cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Okay? So cinnamon is a masculine. It is ruled by the sun, and it's a fire element, but also the deities are Venus and Aphrodite, so it does also have that love connotation. It also is used like to raise your psychic vibrations, like make you more open.
It tends to be like an accelerant too, so it'll speed things up and get things going. So, make it a little spicy.
So, of course, I should have brought more plates, but that's okay.
That's all right. Use the cap of the...
I'm just gonna do this. So what I have is just a tiny bit of oil. I'm not gonna go crazy. You see, I did some pre-planning.
Don't get on your pretty blouse.
I'm not gonna write an oil stain. Is that
No, we're not talking about that.
Oh, it's terrible. You could, if you get it right away and you have baby powder, which I never have, but if you have that... Or what is that, cornstarch?
I don't know.
I'm afraid, I don't want to go, hello? Oh, there it goes.
There you go.
So I'm just going to rub a little bit of oil. You could use olive oil, grapeseed oil, whatever you have. And then we're just going to put a little bit of crushed roses
and watch, the mortar and pestle was already used for the other stuff. So I literally just used my fingers to crush it, and now I'm just going to
place it right on.
Put a little bit right on top.
Nothing crazy.
It's just a dusting of roses.
A spritz of cinnamon.
Yep.
Nothing crazy. Just easy.
Nothing and actually, crazy. I love lavender too, so I would probably add a little bit of lavender in there just for a little zhuzh of calm. What are you looking for?
I don't know, the other chime holder.
Oh,
or I could
use... It disappeared.
I'll use this one. That's okay.
I don't know where it went.
Well, it's fine.
It's a mystery.
That's okay. So we're going to and there it is. Look, you see, so easy. It actually, the cinnamon just smells so good.
It smells so nice.
If you want to add a little bit of sweetness to it, if you have honey, you could do a touch of honey or a touch of white sugar just to add that sweet, right? You can do that too. And there you have a little bit of a love spell. And depending upon what you want to write on your candle, you can do love healing, love drawing, love friendship, love of self.
A lot of you also have essential oils. So if you like essential oils, you could even add a little bit of that on top as well. And it's very, very powerful because scents also have corresponding frequency and vibrations. So those are two very simple spells, and it's just that easy. The same thing for abundance and manifestation. So we've got bay leaves, which are very powerful. Mm-hmm. What did you grab? Rosemary is a simple herb that you find in your kitchen. Cedar is a plant that grows all over this area. That's great for protection.
So rosemary you could also use for love and lust, but I was thinking protection you could use rosemary for as well, because a lot of times rosemary bundles are really protective. But I have tobacco there. If you want to do something for ancestors, super easy.
This is tobacco. So, there's so much you can do. We were talking about roses. That's my grandmother's name. It's my daughter's middle name is her namesake. So, it's not limited to just what it says in the book. If you have a correspondence with rose, or you're like, oh, my grandmother always had tulips, or go ahead, use it. That's a powerful tool
it has a meaning
as
to you
part
and your people.
of. Yeah. So, again, This book of correspondences is chock full of information if you want to get more encyclopedic.
herbs.
Working with crystals. We have a great book, Book of Stones by Robert Simmons. So
all great correspondences for you to start leaning into, the different magical practices.
it's just intention work, guys. Don't complicate it. Start with simple things to do and then build upon that. But
don't overthink.
the more that you just get in the habit of like doing these quick, easy things, the more natural it will feel to you. I have like an area where I have pictures of my beloved ancestors, my parents, my grandparents, and there's photos. I can easily set this up right there to pay homage to them, and that's it. It's a beautiful tribute, and it's that simple. So, have fun with it. We want to hear like what you are doing, what you like, what works for you, and then what becomes part of your regular routine.
Let us know.
This is a practice, which means practice. So, and try different things, and just build upon it and have fun because you'll do it more.
So we like to pull a card for the collective. Danielle will pull a card, I'll pull a card, and just get a little lean into the energy for the next 2 weeks until we meet again. Oh, I feel like we need a song.
We do. Until we meet again. That's happy trails.
I'm a terrible shuffler.
Yeah.
These are very stiff cards too. So I'm always
this card just jumped out. So
what is it?
It's the Page of Swords. Oh, she's very happy. There's like a yellow background, and she's got what looks like balloons. She's like this. It looks like balloons, but it's actually light bulbs. So swords is associated with thought and communication, and there's little birds around her head, which are messengers of communication, and she's got a book wide open. So a page is a student. So she is just immersed in open and optimistic to learning, which I think this episode, I hope, is helpful as you embark on your journey. Like, she's just, not concerned, and she's just open to receiving. There's worlds of inspiration around her.
Just be open to new information. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Nine of Swords. Overthinking. Up all night. Let's lean more to the Page of Swords. What's the other one that jumped out at you?
Six of Swords.
Why so many swords? Lots of swords.
A lot of people are in their heads. If you get the swords, it's all about like thought, communication. So there's a lot of crows. She's moving forward on her journey. She's leaving the old stuff behind. So maybe that's stigma. Maybe that's like fear of the unknown. But this came out together, and this was the front, the yellow, the optimism, the happy, the inspiration. So really,
you get to choose, but you get to choose, right? So you get to choose either to be in your head and overthink, or to
go on an adventure
and go on an adventure with new ways of thinking and new ideas. It's up to you. So let us know if that resonates. Follow us on all the social media at Amityville Apothecary. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Say hi to us. Slide into our DMs. Let us know what you think about this podcast. Please leave a comment. Share with your friends. Follow us.
We have a ton of classes too to further your inspiration and your learning.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate to check out all of the fun events. Not only do you have in-person events, but we also do a lot virtually too. So just be open and expansive, and thank you for spending time with us. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you during the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening to us today. We look forward to connecting with you again soon, so be sure to come back for the next episode.
And make sure to follow us on social media. It's the fastest way you can get in touch with us at Amityville Apothecary, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And of course, subscribe to this podcast. We are eternally grateful for your support.